Hello, everyone. I am WittyMichi, and I'm so excited to be doing Piofiore Faded Memories. Nicola's arc, episode 11, I believe is where we're at. I hope that you are all having a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you, whether it be morning, evening. I just hope that you're having a wonderful day in general. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Things are looking a bit on the brighter side now. Essentially we've patched things up and hopefully this means good things, right? I don't think my heart can take more cold Nicola. Nicola chuckled jokingly. I wasn't sure what to say.
でも、君の場合は本気なんだよね。わかっているよ。僕もそういう期待はしていないから安心していい。
Nefarious.
ああ、期待した方が良かった？顔赤いみたいだけど。
Huh? No, not at all.
なんてね。冗談だよ、冗談。
You're being pretty mean tonight.
これくらいは言わせてよ。僕は君のために今夜時間を割いてあげるわけだから。
Well, I suppose. I settled down, then turned toward him. Thank you, Nicola, for making time for me like this.
どういたしまして。
It may not seem like much, but the smile on his face meant so much to me. There's a lot I wanted to talk to you about. The people here are really nice and treat me very well, but I'm still a bit anxious around them and scared sometimes too.
僕も彼らと同じマフィアだよ。
Nicola calmly looked at me and spoke with some edge to his voice.
僕が突き放しているうちにおとなしく距離を取っておけばよかったのに。
Sure, you're in the mafia, but you're still a person, Nicola. To me. Oh. He was looking at me with a puzzled look on his face. I know that sounds strange, but...
僕のことが怖くない？
No. You do scare me at times. I know you're capable of harming others for the sake of your family. I was terrified when I saw him torture one of his own back in the underground cell. But... you're not just scary. Nicola, there's much more to you than that. I had so many thoughts and feelings toward him that words weren't enough to describe it.
怖いって分かってくれているならそれでいいけど。
Nicola smiled bitterly and sighed in a weary way.
僕には君をヴィスコンティに連れてきた責任があるからね。君が望むならこれからは時々話し相手くらいはするよ。
Thank you. I know it's too much trouble, but I really appreciate it.
僕も反省しているからちょっと冷たくしすぎたかなって。
Really? What Gil told me crossed my mind. Come to think of it, Gil mentioned that you probably felt bad for treating me the way you did.
そうだよ。すごく後ろめたかった。だって僕は君のことを騙して利用して用が済んだら突き放したんだからね。
I could tell he was speaking to himself with scorn. I looked at Nicola. I think I'm gonna call him out. I'm feeling like this would be a good one to pick. Maybe. He likes honesty, right? That's gotta be a thing, right? It's fine, it's fine. I'm not even gonna stress about it. It's fine. You're not a good liar, are you, Nicola? I smiled, at which Nicola let out a deep sigh.
そんなことを言われたのは生まれて初めてだよ。これでもポーカーフェイスには自信があったんだけど。
But if you were going to feel bad about ignoring me, you could have kept your distance from the beginning.
いつもはうまくいくんだよ。最後までちゃんと嘘を突き通せる。
So, why didn't you this time? Not wanting to answer me, Nicola turned his head to the side. I stared at his face and spoke again. It always bewildered me for as long as I stayed at the Falzone Manor. Why you were so kind to me, Nicola. So, when I learned that you were only treating me kindly to use me, it actually cleared the doubts from my mind.
ちょっと待って。
Hmm?
そこは普通怒ったり悲しんだりするところじゃないかなって思うんだけど。
I suppose if the situation were different, I may have been too. But I've had far too much on my mind since coming here, so it took me all I had to simply try and close the gap between Nicola and myself.
僕のことを恨んだり憎んだり嫌いになったりしなかった？
Well, it was strangely painful knowing you were putting distance between us, but hating you because of it didn't really cross my mind at all. Nicola frowned and looked at me as if I were some mysterious creature. Oh, and even if you were deceiving me, I don't believe all of it was deception. At least, that's how I feel.
まあ確かに全部が全部嘘ではなかったけど。
Well then, you shouldn't feel bad about what you did or what happened. Nicola rubbed his forehead with his fingers and was silent. Soon, he sighed and muttered quietly.
懐が深いんだね君は。って年頃の女の子に言うセリフじゃないような気もするけど。
I think that's a wonderful compliment. Thank you, Nicola.
それで君はどんな話がしたい？リクエストはある？
Let me see. Actually, if I can ask again, why did you betray the Falzone family? Why are you sighing?
いいかい？率直な質問は嫌いじゃないけど。そんなこと直球で聞いて素直に答えてもらえると思った？
He was right. That question may have been asking for too much.
組織を裏切るのは命がけの行為だ。だから迂闊なことは言えない。分かってくれるね。
Yes, and I'm sorry I asked. I lowered my head apologetically, to which he calmly asked me a question.
パルツォーネが懐かしい？
Huh? I raised my head and blinked, bewildered by his sudden question. Before I knew it, I nodded somewhat hesitantly in response. Yes, everyone there was very kind to me. Well, maybe they were only treating me well because I had some value to the family, but
そんなことないよ。教国が君を手に入れたがっているって知っていたのは、幹部の中でも一握りの人間だけ。僕とかダンテとかね。ジュリアやレオはもちろん、ほとんどの構成員は事情を知らなかったし、彼らの親切に裏はないよ。
that only makes me want to go back there even more. Seeing me smile at him with melancholy, Nicola smiled back.
ファルツォーネは血筋を重んじる組織だから、本当に大事なことは血縁者にしか共有しない。ダンテは、掟を忠実に守っているんだ。
Does that mean he only trusted you, Nicola?
そうかもしれない。けど、その僕に裏切られているんだから、カポも型なしだよね。あ、ごめんね。ダンテの話なんて聞いても反応に困るだけかな。
I noticed something was on his mind. I want to hear more. Well, I want to hear more if you don't mind.
Eh?
I smiled at the look of surprise on his face. I thought I said before that I want to know more about you. That means I want to hear about anything and everything.
ファルツォーネの仕事に関わる話はあまりできないよ。
How about when you were little then?
ああ、前に少し話したことがあったね。
After a brief pause, Nicola nodded. He paused again, and then finally spoke.
ダンテには秘密だよ。
Of course. Dante's mother passed away. But Dante didn't shed a single tear. Even as a child, I thought that was odd. So I talked to Dante after the funeral.
君、どうして泣かないの？君の母親が死んだんだよ。悲しくないの？泣いたっていいと思うけど。葬式ってそういうものだし、ここには僕たちしかいないし。
He kept silent for a while, but soon, tears started to flow from his eyes. They're so cute!
僕はファルツォーネだから。
Look at them, they're so little and cute! Oh my goodness, my heart.
悲しくったって泣かないんだ。泣いちゃいけない。
Seeing him trying his best to hold back his tears made me realize.
ダンテは一人なんだ。
He couldn't show any weakness as the next boss to be.
まだこんなに小さいくせに。ダンテ。何？僕の方が年上なんだから、僕はお兄ちゃんみたいなものだと思うんだ。僕も君も兄弟がいないんだし、ちょうどいい。何が？つまり、これからは僕のことお兄ちゃんって呼んでもいいよって。黙ってないで。何か言ったら。
ニコラはニコラだから。今さらお兄ちゃんとか。
せっかく僕が。
恥ずかしいから普通に呼ぶ。けど ずっと思ってたんだ。ニコラと仲良くなりたいなって。ニコラ、僕の知らないこといっぱい知ってるから。
あ、
そんなこと言われたら放っておけなくなると思わない？ダンテの父親は厳しい人だったから、その分支えてあげないとってずっと思ってた。まあ今は支えるどころか真逆のことをしているんだけど。泣くような話だった。
His expression grew concerned as he noticed tears welling up in my eyes. I was just thinking about things. Dante had been burdened from childhood by his position as heir to the family. I could only imagine how comforted he was when Nicola told him that. Nicola must have supported Dante from that day forward. He suddenly extended an arm out. His finger gently wiped the tears from my eyes.
ありがとう。
I didn't do anything.
ダンテの悲しみを思ってくれた。それが僕には嬉しいんだよ。
I closed my eyes to fight the tears. Nicola must still consider Dante someone dear to him. He wouldn't show an expression like this if he hated Dante. If so, then why? Memory.
久しぶりに思い出したな。
I have no clue why I even spoke to her about it. Come to think of it, there's one thing I didn't tell Michi about.
ダンテ、前も言ったけど、泣きたいときは泣いていいんだよ。ここなら誰も見ていないんだから。ダンテ。
Something wasn't quite the same with Dante. I found out the next day why he was like that. Julia told me that Dante had been scolded quite badly by his father that day.
僕、もう嫌だ。ここから出て行きたい。マフィアなんてもう嫌だ。
ダンテ。
He behaved as the perfect heir to the family name from such a young age. I could only imagine what life was like, trying to live up to everyone's expectations. I shoved the memories to the back of my mind as I headed back to my room.
僕の目的のためにはまだすべきことが山積みなんだ。
His mission? I couldn't seem to figure it out. Why did Nicola betray the Falzone family? Why did he betray Dante? The night quietly deepened as I pondered over my unanswered question. A few days later, Gil came to me after dinner.
例の構成員殺しについて少し動きがある。
What is it?
いや、目新しい情報は特にない。だが、この件について3組織の頭が集まって会合を行うことになった。
The Berlone Mafia heads were coming together? I could tell very quickly that it must be a critically urgent matter.
この会合、ニコラとあんたにも参加してもらおうと思ってる。
Huh? Me?
僕は構わないよ。
Nicola answered with a straight face. But I could tell the idea wasn't sitting well with him.
だけど、どうして彼女も連れて行くの？
He's right. Why me? I'd just be in the way.
言うなれば顔見せだ。あんたが今ビスコンティにいる事実を他の組織に突きつけ、うちが優位に立っていることをアピールする。
How would I be an advantage to you?
ファルツォーネもラオシュウもあんたを手に入れたいわけだからな。いざという時の交渉のカードにはなるだろう。実際に使うかどうかはまた別だが。
But it's only for the bosses, right? I'm not really sure if I should be there.
怖いか？だとしてもあんたには我慢してもらうしかねえな。あんたの身柄は俺たちが保護してるんだ。こういう時はお互い協力し合おうぜ。
Gil's request didn't make sense. He was asking me to help, but it was quite clear that I didn't have a choice.
俺はこの件がブルローネマフィア以外の人間の仕業じゃねえかと思ってる。とすれば、俺たちは共通の敵に狙われてるってことだ。今は内々で争ってる場合じゃねえ。それに、一旦抗争が始まっちまえば、町の人間にもどうしたって被害が出る。俺たちは何も趣味で人を殺してるわけじゃねえんだ。無用な犠牲は避けたい。
Gil looked at me sternly and pleaded in a serious tone.
頼む。ここは一つ、ブルローネのために骨を折ってくれ。
I want to avoid casualties too. They waited for me to continue. I took a deep breath and spoke with resolve. I'm not sure how much I can really help by being there, but if it's to help make the meeting a success, I'll go for the sake of Berlone.
グラッツェ、シニョリーナ。
Gil had a satisfied grin on his face and laughed with high spirits. Nicola, do you have a moment? After dinner, I managed to catch Nicola before he returned to his room.
構わないよ。どうかしたの？
About the meeting. Are you really going to go too?
もちろんそのつもりだよ。
Isn't there an option for you not to go?
僕が一緒じゃないと君が寂しいんじゃないかな。
Stop joking. I'm serious. Because... it'll be dangerous. Isn't it dangerous for you to appear in front of Dante? My concern stemmed from what Nicola himself mentioned to me before.
どちらにしろ僕は裏切り者だ。近いうちに始末されるだろう。ファルツォーネのカポであるダンテに、もしくは僕を快く思わないビスコンティの誰かにね。少なくとも会合の席でいきなり襲われるようなことはないよ。会合は当然室内への武器の持ち込みは禁止。お互いに手出しをしない約束で集まるわけだし。
I guess I'm worrying too much.
絶対に安全だとは言い切れないけどね。手段はいろいろあるから。そんなことより、君は自分のことを心配した方がいいんじゃない？
Oh. And with that, Nicola turned around and took his leave.
トロンツォ、あの無能め。
I unleashed my anger with a swift kick to the desk.
おいこらロッビー、物に当たるな。誰の机だと思ってんだそれ。
マルコ、まだ帰っていなかったんですか？
お前も遅くまでご苦労さん。所長に絞られてたんだろう。一体何をやらかしたんだ？
俺はマフィア拠点の一斉捜査を所長に進言しただけです。
ああ、そりゃ所長はいい顔しねえだろうな。
しかし早く動かなければ。
なあロベルト、もしお前があの子のことを気にしてんならそんなに心配しなくていいと思うぜ。バルツオーネもビスコンティもむやみに一般人を殺したりしねって。
I frowned, hearing Marco try to console me with baseless reassurances.
マルコ、あなたはどんな根拠があって言っているんですか？あいつらは薄汚い犯罪者だ。教会のシスターでさえ殺しかねない。
いや、それはさすがに。
あのニコラ・フランチェスカのそばにいるというのが危険なんです。自分の組織を裏切るようなあの男がいつ彼女に手を伸ばすか。
The chief frowned at my suggestion earlier. I knew he wouldn't take that well, especially with how rooted the mafia was in the town. Aside from my suggestion being too revolutionary, the other reason I could think of was... in relation to the death of the Falzone family, Caporegime here in our cell. It seemed the chief was scared of potential repercussions from that death.
所長、提出した報告書と提案書ですが、目を通してもらえましたか？所長？
あんなもの机上の空論だ。許可できん。
俺にはそう思えません。うまくいけば将来的にこのブルローネからマフィアを一掃することだって。
Chief interrupted me with a glare.
ファルツォーネのドミニク・ジョルダーニが留置所で死んだだろう。署内であんな事件が起きるなど前代未聞だ。ファルツォーネは気分を害している。その対応で俺たちはいっぱいいっぱいだ。
We should be able to offend those lousy criminals as much as we want.
この件については市議のジェラルド・パリスからの圧力もある。メンツを潰されたと立腹していたぞ。お前のせいだ、この状況は。非合法だが有力な証拠を持っている。ファルツォーネのカポレジウムをひとまず適当な罪状で引っ張って口を割らせ、それを足がかりにファルツォーネを一斉摘発する。そう提案してきたのはお前だ、ロベルト。だがこのざまだ。口を割る前に死なれたとあってはまあどうにもできん。お前の持ってきた証拠とやらも今となっては眉唾者だ。真偽すら怪しい。
だから俺はこの状況を打開するために。
まあいい、黙れ。将来を嘱望されたエリートだかなんだか知らないが、お前の言う通りに動いた結果、ファルソーネと政治家の怒りを買った。期待外れもいいところだ。もうお前の話など聞かん。
ここの警察はクズばかりだな。救いようがない。犯罪者が一人死んだ程度でこうも及び腰になるとは。
I slammed my fist onto the desk, but my anger didn't dissipate.
お前もほどほどにして帰れよ。 根を詰めてもいいことはねえ。今は木を待つんだな。
I didn't take notice of Marco's words or his departure from the room.
とにかく今はビスコンティだ。何か決定的な証拠をつかまなければ。こうなったら俺が直接。
That's right. Why didn't I think of it earlier?
所詮誰一人俺の正義についてこられないというのなら俺一人でやればいい。誰の助けも必要ない。これまでと同じようにすればいいだけだ。この町で正義をなせるのは俺だけなんだ。
Okay. Roberto, I have some concerns. Okay, well, that seems like a good place to save and to take a small breather, because that was an interesting scene. And I have a lot of concerns. Anyways, huh. Wow, my mind is having a rough time just wrapping itself around that. What do you guys think? Let me know. Comment below. Are you just as concerned as I am? Because I'm very concerned. This is not looking good for Roberto. It's fine, right? And like the whole meeting thing and having to go and like Nicola may or may not be in danger. It's yeah, just comment below. We can talk about it there. Ooh, ha. Anyways, I hope that you enjoyed today's episode. And I hope that you have a wonderful rest of whatever time of day it is for you. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and if you haven't done so already, hit that big red button that says subscribe and give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thank you all, and I'll see you next time.